And this one has to be done live. I got to get myself just for occasion for these particular ones, I got to get myself a Wi-Fi extender. So keep in mind, video may get choppy. My voice may turn into a robot. Who knows? But it just has to be done live. All right, so I'm going to be doing also too. First things first, let me announce who I am. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We're also going to be showing you the real deal behind fixed frame screens. A lot of people don't explain about fixed frame screens, and there's a lot of things. I've built a lot of fixed frame screens. I have quite a few of them running through the house, and I have built them. Once you don't need instructions to put those things together. They're pretty much self-explanatory. And I have advanced versions of fixed frame screens, which I have edgeless screens in here also. But today, I'm going to be showing you how we save you thousands of dollars. Now, as you all know, I do my test against certified projection screens. These are screens that are going to cost customers anywhere from $5,000. You can spend. People don't believe how expensive a projection screen can get. They can get up there. You can spend a lot of money for audio system, speakers, all that stuff can cost you a ton of money. So you're talking about a screen that could easily cost you $5,000 just for 100-inch. It's not going to be ultra short throw compatible. It's not going to be any of that whatsoever. Some may be, some may not be ultra short throw compatible. So this is the reason why we have the kitchen drawer full of high-end certified screens to see where our technology lays at compared to the industry screens they have in the industry, the big boy companies, Black Diamond, DMP Supernova, Elite Screens, companies like that. Where do we lay against these guys? So on top of that, the caliber of projectors we use in our demonstrations are using very, very expensive high model pieces of machinery. We're using low-end, cheap, refurbished, outdated projectors that we get from eBay. A few of them are lucky to get over at Amazon, but majority of my projectors come from eBay. So as you can see in my environment, we have several large screens. This one right here is a 50-inch. This one used to be in my office. Behind me, we have gunmetal, which is 126. This is 148. And outside, you got a chance to see the Black Novas outside. Black Novas outside are absolutely freaking gorgeous. But we got the Black Nova outside at 135. Upstairs, we have another 135. The wall, I think, is the biggest screen painted. That's 151. And then we have the 80 inches and the other screens throughout the entire house. All right, so as you can see, my main projector is not a show projector. Some people have show projectors. They have a projector they will pull out and say, look, this is how it looks. No, this is my main projector. This is what I use 24/7. This is my setup right here. This is my actual setup. So this projector is a 600 by 800 res 720p SVGA. Price tag for what I paid for this one was 150 bucks. That's it. That's all I had to pay. The Elite screen, on the other hand, and we're going to get into fixed frame screens because a lot of things don't get explained to y'all about fixed frame screens. And I have built so many of these and so many different kinds. It's not even funny. There's some warning signs about some of these fixed frame screens. Just don't go out and buy them and think, oh, I got a fixed frame screen. No, there's some serious things you need to know about these screens before you drop that money on them because they don't all react the same way. I've had silver tickets in here. We have Elite screens in here. We got several different other forms of fixed frame screens in here. And I built these things live on camera without instructions. And once you build one, they all kind of react the same way. They may be a little different, but they all react the same way. And there's some key things in there in the next video I'm going to talk about on what now mind you, it's not going to be live. It's going to be pre-recorded because I need you to see the clarity. I need you to see pieces that I'm pulling up. I have a lot of parts from screens which you need to look for because I've had some in here that I've actually snapped corners, and I've actually had some in here that were impossible to build, end up throwing them in the trash. All right, so this is an Elite edgeless. These are a little different. This screen right here is 126 inches. It'll easily cost you $280. I'm sorry, $480 easily. This is a little different. They don't have borders on them. They're completely edgeless. That's why they got the name edgeless. If you look at the screen, there's no border on it at all, period. It's just smooth. They're designed a little different. But we're going to get into that later on how these are built compared to the ones with the borders are built. They're built completely different. But like I said, not hard to put together. Once you put together one, it's pretty easy. All right, so also too, keep in mind really quick, when you measure out a fixed frame screen, they measure the inside on basically how big the screen is. So a screen size inside will never be 97, it'll be 92. The border itself around the screen is about 2 inches, depending on how big that border is. It could be 3, it could be 2, it could be 1. That's the outside. So you have the outside measurement. That's what you want to go with, so you can know where exactly how it's going to fit in your area. And then you want to measure the inside. That's the actual screen size you're going to get, minus taken away from the border. So these are things, you know, people don't explain to you, but I'll explain it to you. We built enough of them. All right, so what we're going to do is show you how we save you thousands. How is that possible? Well, screens I use in my demonstration, certified screens, are going to cost you that kind of money. They're going to cost you an easy. Cheapest one we got in there is $800. That is a CINEGREY GAIN. That's the cheapest, $800. That will be for a 100-inch. This technology we have here, and thank you, Jesus, and thank my customers, has been selling quite well, will cost my customers $224 a quart. That will paint up to 120-inch ultra short throw compatible and can be used outside. You're not taking one of those screens outside. It's not going to happen. Half those screens don't work with ultra short throw projectors, which means you're going to have to buy a special screen in order to run it out at ultra short throw, and it's not going to cost the same as a $3,000 Dark Star 9. So say you go buy a $3,000 Dark Star 9, okay? You hook it up in your house, get an ultra short throw projector, screen comes up black, doesn't work. Of course, they're going to tell you that in the specifications when you buy it, doesn't work with ultra short throw. They're going to tell you that. So now you go back and you say, I need a projector, I need a screen that's going to be compatible with ultra short throw. Now, if this thing is, say they have a Dark Star 9 version that is ultra short throw compatible, it's not going to cost you the same as the $3,000. It's going to cost you more. The price is going to jump a little higher because that screen is actually ultra short throw compatible. So you're not going to get $3,000 just like you got for the other one. Your price is going to jump. So that's another thing you have to worry about too. And like I said, you want to take it outside, ain't happening. None of those screens are going outside because they're not designed for outside. They have particular screens that they design for outside, which is a Yardmaster. Yardmasters are designed to be taken outside. They're not black. Some of them are a little light gray and silver, but they're not dark screens. As you saw in the video yesterday with the Nova versus a white screen, there's a huge difference. A huge difference. A white screen versus a black screen outside. I don't care how dark it is. You're not seeing contrast. I don't care what kind of projector you have. You're not getting it. All right, so now we can show you real quick, a little update on that one right there. Main projector, which we're going to swap out for the 1,000 because we're going to use this one right here today, 800 by 600. That's what we're using. Sorry if the video gets a little choppy. I got to show you around the place real quick. I'm going to show you what we're using in the house. There's no 4Ks in here. We got one 1080p we're using here. This is the gaming room, which I'm still working on. 720p ultra short throw projector. Price tag for this one, I think this one came with the, the vent. Because if you get the side panel vent on it, it's like 130. The guy was selling them, but 180 with. So this one is the Apocalypse ultra short throw. That one right there was 175. All right, let's go pop over into the Japanese tea room. We haven't done a demonstration in here in a while. Japanese tea room, 80-inch acoustic, signature 17. That right there. Is there a, nope, there's not one on this side. I have nothing on this side. So I paid $130 for this one. $130 for this projector. That's what that cost me. Still waiting for the projector for this one. Someone was telling me Philips has a mini ultra short throw. That'd be perfect for my desk. Perfect for my desk. Going to the tech room. The tech room. The tech room has the biggest screens. Okay. And the tech room. All these projectors you've seen here, didn't pay a lot of money. People think I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on my projectors. Oh, heck no. Why? Screens do all the work. Cheap, $300. All these projectors are under $400. Under four. All those were like 50, 60, 70 bucks. Those are mini projectors down there. The big boy Chrissy, 450 bucks. This was actually cheaper than the projector I have over top me. 80 bucks for this. I got that brand new in a box for 80 bucks. That's an Epson ultra short throw projector. This is another NEC projector right here that I purchased. I got this one for $130. Chrissy projector, 720p right there. One is an XGA, WXGA. This one right here cost me $130. Another Chrissy projector, another Chrissy projector. They're about $130, $150. All these little mini projectors, I got them for like $50. $50, that's it. That's the big boy we use. That's the Chrissy 505. That's the most powerful projector we have in house. It's a 5,000 lumen projector. So when you see me throw sample sheets against this screen, notice they're being hit with a 5,000 lumen projector. If they can't pick up, then it just tells you right there. So that's the big boy. 5,000 lumens, 1920 by 1200. Only 1080p we have in the house. And that one cost me $560. That's it. Oh, we forgot. We got an ultra short throw on the floor. Or short throw projector. NEC projector. 720p. That one cost me $139. So we got the big screen here. And we got the gamer paint here. Not a lot of money. And then for my people are asking me about the sound bars system. They're TCLs. They sound fantastic. I paid only $130 for them. I bought 5 of them. So I really didn't pay any money for my sound system. I set up nothing. You don't have to go out and spend all this money. I mean, if you want to go baller, then go ahead and spend the money, but you don't have to. Now, the reason why we tell you that we save you thousands of dollars. Connecting my projector over here. It's because the projectors I use in my environment don't cost me $3 and $4 grand. They don't cost me $1,000. I paid for one projector in here with $1,200. I took it back. I took it back. $1,200 for 235.1. I couldn't deal with it. It's too much money. Way too much money. So I took it back and I swapped it out for my $60 projector here on 148 versus a screen I had at 138. A lot of people don't understand too about the 235.1, and I have people contact me like, I'm gonna get a 235.1. I said, do you know what you're getting yourself into when you pick up that screen? It's a dedicated screen. It's more than dedicated. It's more than dedicated. Now watching those 16:9 format on that thing, you're watching 235.1, which means you have to have a certain select video to play on that screen at all times. If not, your heads and your bottoms are going to be missing. You're not gaming on it. Unless you got a gaming PC that allows you to go in and manipulate your ratio sizes. That's the only way. Other than that, you're not gaming on it. So, you know, that's what you're looking at. It's a dedicated. Most people have two screens. They have a 16:9, which I had in one room, and they have a 235.1. But 235.1, I never used it. Only thing I used it for is basically some abstract art. I'm hooking up the other projector as we talk. Some abstract art, and that was it. Nothing really I can play off of it. So I thought, wasting my money on this. Wasting my money. $1,200 per projector, $580 per screen, which was actually, we're going to get to that too, talking about the silver tickets. Also too, something that people didn't explain to you about, the coating. Fixed range screens have special coatings on them, but telling which one you're dealing with, have a special protective coating. That can become a problem when you paint the screen. I showed you that in the demonstration also too, what happens. And how to deal with it and how to paint it. All right, so we're setting up the other projector right now. I'm drinking my tea right now, which I'm supposed to be doing. I'm drinking my tea. I have a ritual when I get in the morning to drink that tea. And that's why I've been feeling a little better. I'm not coughing as much as I was in the last demonstrations, but I've been drinking more of that tea. And I get up in the morning, I forget to do it. All right, so we're hooking up our projector. Now mine, like I said, this is my main projector. This is what I use. So you got a chance to look around my house, you got a chance to see projectors I have. These are my main projectors that I'm using throughout the house. We don't have to spend the money for that. So already alone, I already saved you thousands of dollars on the simple fact that our technology does not require expensive projectors to get a beautiful image. You don't need it. The screen does all the work. The reason why you see such powerful and expensive projectors in a lot of these big company demonstrations is kind of like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Projection screen companies will come and say, hey, look, display my screen on your projection screen. And it's a back and forth kind of thing. We advertise for you, you advertise for us, you know. And if you look at the demonstrations, you have to consider the fact that if you don't have that particular projector, there is no way in the world you're going to be able to get the same results that that projector is producing in that demonstration if you don't have that same projector. Whoever told you that one, they lied to you. That's virtually impossible. So you mean to tell me that Screen Innovation showing off a $50,000 ultra short, though 10,000 lumen 4K laser projector, and you think that you're going to go home on your 1080p and get the exact same image? No, you're not. And then come anywhere near close to that thing. If that was the case, there'd be no point in them selling the projector for 50 grand if you could do it for $1,400. You're not going to get that image. That's impossible. That's misleading. So you have to have that particular model or higher in order to be able to pick up that image. That's how it works. That's why when Circuit City was big and they were in business, they had a booth set up in there with a very expensive screen. I'm not going to name the company. And I went in there to the booth to check it out. And I was looking at the whole setup with the movie chairs and posters and all that stuff. And some people get caught up in that. They show the screen, get caught up in the picture of the screen. But I asked them, the question was, what kind of projector are you using in the back? Damn, you're not used to hearing that. Using a what? How much does that thing cost? Yeah. So basically, if I'm using a 1080p projector, I'm going to get the same results when I come home, right? I mean, the same thing that this screen's producing because the screen's quality is that advanced, that good? Can't answer that because it's not true. You're not going to get the same. I don't know how to use card terms and stuff, but you're not going to get the same. It's like somebody telling you you're going to get the same graphics that you're going to get on a PS5, the same as an Atari 2600. We all know that's not going to happen at all. All right, so that's the gamer paint on the 800 by 600 res. This is why when I first started off, I had people that used to come into my channel and they used to rank on me about using 720p projectors. How come you don't have 1080p? How come you don't have 4K? We don't need it. We don't have to have it. It's not a requirement. It's something we need. If you start off on such a big, expensive projector, you raise the bar too high. Anything underneath of it's going to look like crap. That's why we have the low-end projectors. Because if I can make this projector look incredible at $150, and most of this projector is probably going to cost you $300 at eBay. Not eBay, Amazon, brand new. Then saved you a ton of money, didn't I? Yep. All right, so let's get over here to our settings here for our colors and stuff, because one of the biggest problems people have with setups like this is the fact that the colors don't come up correctly. White levels don't balance well. They can't use the screen in a fully lit environment. I mean, keep in mind ambient light rejection, right? More and more people are using ultra short throws, and they want their projection screen set up in an everyday environment. The day of the movie theater, the dark environment, that's really starting to play out now. That's starting to get to a point where people just have a dedicated room somewhere tucked along the side, but the room is mainly used as a family room where people are going to be sitting around joking and laughing, having fun. That's where they want the projectors at now. That's why companies are designing these projectors smaller, hoping smaller to make it compact, it can fit against the wall, to give you that that whole family experience. Now, keep in mind, if you had all your lights on, when you had a TV in there, and you didn't have to turn out the lights.
Guys, what is up? This is Krogan.
What the heck is going on here? All right, let's figure out what that was. That was weird. All right, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to have to unplug Alexa. All right, that was weird. Hold on for a minute. We might have popped on one. Yeah, we did. We popped on this video right there. That's this video right there. I was like, wait a minute. No. All right. So anyway, TLC 4K demonstration.
Getting that from you.
But like I said, if your environment is set up for your living room, like this right here is all set up. My lounge room is set up nice the way I have it set up. You don't change that for a TV. A TV, you come in, you set it up. There's no blackout curtains. There's no ambient light controlled environment. So why in the world are you going through that with a projector? And especially if you paid a lot of money for it on top of that, an expensive screen. The same way they look and live. That's why we have the 2 recordings done. We have one that's done on Facebook, because for some reason the Facebook stream is beautiful. It comes up clean. I mean clean. YouTube, on the other hand, it comes up choppy. I don't know why. I'm going to put in Wi-Fi extenders. I pay a good amount of money for internet. Still don't see why it's still coming up choppy. So when camera on my end, it looks good. But once we download it, it looks like crap. So we have to do it because we have to show you exactly how we're saving you thousands of dollars. Already alone from the projectors, we've already saved you thousands of dollars from the projectors alone. So let's go over and let's grab color white, please. White screen.
Sorry, what device?
Oh, here we go with this one. I'm telling you. White screensaver. That's what I should have said.
Sorry, I didn't find a device.
See what I mean? Not all freaking technology works correctly, especially voice activation software does not work. Interesting that the software on the PS4 voice recognition works a whole lot better than this. A lot better. Right there, white screen. I just literally asked for it. It's right there in 2 different categories. White screen saver, white screen 10 hours, white screen background. Are you freaking kidding me? And she couldn't find it. Okay. All right, so let's go pull up our screens we're going to have against the screen. Our screens against the screens. We are going to be using several screens. What did I do with the other 2 right here? So, and keep in mind with these companies, as I said before, these companies test their products. They do work. Their products do work. They do test their products against white screens, which they should, because as I said before, that that majority of screens that are on the market are going to be white screens, and they're going to be white screens. You're not going to be to go into Amazon and purchase some of these screens. You're not going to be to get them. Some of these screens have to be ordered at special showrooms or dealerships. You have to get them at. Majority of most screens you're going to be dealing with are white screens. So they're showing what their advancements are over a white surface. All right, so first surface we're going to start off with, which is we're going to have different color screens. This is a light gray screen by Elite Screens right there. The screen right here would cost you for a 100-inch about $700 to $800. We have a 1.1 gain. That's the reason why we have these sample sheets. You understand that when we do the certified screens, you haven't any idea how much money you literally are saving if you were to go out and get one of these screens, how much it would cost you. So we're talking about an $800 screen. Let's see. So 2 quarts of the game, or 1 quart of the gamer paint. The paint's up to 120 inch. Take it outside. You're not taking this outside. This probably would be ultra short though compatible. I don't see where it would have a problem. But as I said before, you're not going to get contrast levels off this. That's not going to happen at all, period. This is going to cost you about $700 to $800 easily. All right, so my $700 to $800 for this screen right here. All right, next. Good tape here today. Hopefully it stays. Next, we're going to go with usually the next one in line that they have. When you want something a little darker, a little more advanced, then they go with the Cinema Gray 5D. Cinema Gray 5D has a 1.5 gain price tag for this one, probably about $1,300 to $1,400. So consider the fact that $245 versus $1,300 to maybe $1,600 for a screen. 100-inch. That's it. They're not going to give you 2. They're not going to say, hey, look, we'll give you this 100-inch and 126-inch for same price. Not going to happen. They're in the business to make money. I can understand it. They're corporations. All right, now I want to get something a little more advanced. Now, remember I told you this already from the door, that when people tell you that the gray screens are the way to go, they're not the way to go. These are corporations. All right, multi-million-dollar, maybe billion-dollar corporations. You saw the first screen was a gray screen. First screen was a little darker than that. See how dark this screen? These are gunmetals. See how dark that screen is? That's a $3,000 projection screen. It's not the other way around. It's not where the lighter screen costs more money and this is a cheaper one. This is the expensive one. This is the flagship, the big boy, the big cheese, big corn, or whatever you want to call it. This is the top dog. The reason why this is the top dog, because this screen can produce a contrast level where these screens can't. More darker contrast, colors pop. Now they know automatically they make the screen a little darker. White levels are going to drop a little bit. That's just basic common sense. When you're dealing with any form of dark technology, white levels are going to drop. Same thing if you make a screen with the white levels are too high, they're going to lose several things. They're going to lose the contrast and they're going to lose the color. That's why with lighter screens, anyone's displaying them, if they give you any kind of contrast demonstrations, and I've seen big companies do it too, they'll do it in the dark because contrast has a better chance, or they use an ambient light controlled environment where there's going to be less light making contact with the screen, which means the screen's going to have less interruptions with color and contrast. Something's going to plague the screen in a fully lit environment, and they use the high power projector to make up what the screen is going to be missing. See, I know all this stuff because I've dealt with big companies before, and I've watched them use strategy on how they're going to go about displaying a screen for a showroom or maybe an event. So I hear like we're going to use this particular projector, we're going to have the lighting here and this setup here. Yeah, okay, it's all set up. So I know this already. All right, so this right here has a 0.9 gain, very powerful gain, 0.9. All right, so we're going to put that one right here. All right, now I'm going to go back and daylight screens. I remember when daylight screens came out. Well, I don't know when it came out, but I remember the first time I saw a daylight screen, to be honest. And a lot of the screens were gray and white. If you remember that era, daylight screens were gray and white. Daylight screen has a gunmetal screen now, a dark screen. Yep. Because they know, big corporation, big industry, where the technology is at, is with the darker technology. That's where it's at. So instead of them going back and investing into a light gray screen or a silver screen, they invested into a dark gunmetal screen. Now I'm going to butcher the name on this because I usually do. I think it's called the PARALLAX or PARALLAX. I butcher it every time. We all know that. So there you go. This is a darker gray screen. Look at the color of it. Dark gunmetal. That's why I said that when people are trying to sell you that a lighter gray screen is the way to go. No, the lighter gray screens are the bottom dollars. Those are the cheaper screens. These are the screens that they invest in. Big boys. All right, so we're going to put that one right there. Good thing I did do that demonstration yesterday. Man, it's raining. Got some rain today, which is good. Those are my good mornings. My friends that give me good mornings. All right, so, and we have to make sure that lays flat because that has a reflective surface. Now we're using the long throw because two of the screens are not ultra short throw compatible, so they're not going to work with ultra short throw. So we have to automatically use these particular ones. People gotta explain things to you, Christopher. I've done a video like this. Most of my videos have been short and sweet, and I've been trying to keep them short and sweet. You know, I'm gonna go back to them. This is gonna be once in a blue moon. You'll see me do one of these videos. I am going, like I said, going to come back in later on today. We're going to talk about fixed screens, what you really need to know and what a lot of people are not telling you about these screens. And if you notice, I built dozens of these screens, a lot of them. Yeah, you learn a little about down the way you start building these things. All right, so let's go to color. How the projector is going to see color. We're doing an uncalibrated projector. Of course, it's supposed to be uncalibrated. There's nothing wrong with the projector to calibrate it to begin with. All right, so let's start off with the white levels first. And I explained to you before, if the screen is producing too high of a white level, it's not a good sign. It's an extremely bad sign. It means it can't pick up contrast. It won't pick up color because the white levels are too high. So there we go. We'll start with the white levels first. Do you see how high the white levels are on the gamer paint? Told you the white levels on the gamer paint are absolutely insane. They can produce heavy contrast levels in color, but the white levels on the technology are extremely high. Okay, now let's go swap over to blue. Now you see how interesting that is? White levels on the gamer are literally that high. And that screen is dark. It's not as dark as a Nova, and it's not as dark as a gunmetal, but it is a dark screen. There you go. It's the reason why you have to calibrate. Now, some people are saying, well, the other two screens for gunmetal screens are darker screens. I can see about the lighter screens. What about the gunmetals? Gunmetal screens, these particular companies use this kind of reflective material. Kind of reminds me of, I gotta get my tea real quick because I'm really getting choked up here. But it kind of reminds me of when you're driving and you see somebody with reflective gear on, like a jogger, and the minute they walk in front of your car, they light up like a Christmas tree. But if they turn, they come off to the side or whatever, to a different side or angle, you don't see them anymore. They go completely dark all over again. The only time they show up is you're right in front of you. And that's the problem with the reflective surfaces. The reflective surfaces, they put that on there to actually heighten the screen's gain. Maybe the white levels, I don't know, but I know it's about the gain and all. But the problem is with the reflective surfaces that if that screen is, if you move to the left or the right, those screens start to go dark on you. This is what they call the narrow viewing cone effect. So narrow viewing cone effect, and there are certain companies who have this really, really bad. I'm not gonna mention their names, but they have this really bad. And if you watch when they do their demonstrations, which I do, see how many times they do an angle gain. See how many times they take their camera and they go all the way to the side of the screen. If they're not doing that in the demonstration, it could be a good possibility the screen could have a narrow viewing cone effect. That could be a problem. So the other things you gotta look for. Sorry, got myself some hot tea. Like I said, let me get on my tea warmer over there. Big mistake, I waste a lot of tea. All right, so tea gets cold and I gotta throw it out. Who's gonna drink cold tea? Not me. All right, so you can see as we change out our colors, you know, our screen's gonna maintain its color, which it's supposed to do. And when people say, well, how are you saving thousands of dollars? Well, number one, my projector cost me 150 bucks. If I bought it brand new from Amazon, I would have paid $300 for it. That's it. And the screens we have here is a $5,000 projection screen here for 100-inch, $3,000 right there for 100-inch, probably $1,400 to $1,600, or probably a little less than that, for a CINEGREY 5D 100-inch, and this one being the cheapest at $800, $700-800, still for 100-inch. Where our technology requires no calibration, we can be in a fully lit environment, ultra short compatible, and is completely weatherproof. The screen I displayed yesterday, the Black Nova, is raining outside right now. That screen has been through 3 rainstorms and 2 snowstorms. See how that image looked yesterday? Clean. They're designed to take in a ton of punishment. We know that because our screens sit outside. But as I said before, projector I'm using over here, cheap projector. You know what I mean? It's an SVGA cheap projector at all. And none of these screens right here are producing any color whatsoever. So that means, yeah, you're going to be calibrating, and maybe we had too much light in the environment. That could be plaguing the screen also too. So you don't have to darken the environment. So that may be an issue also. As I said before, I will give you free screen paint for a year. Any screen we develop, anything we make, you can have it free for 1 year. Show me one demonstration of one of these big corporations using a 720p SVGA 600 by 800 res projector, bottom of the barrel when it comes to 720p, fully environment the same way we're doing it. You won't see it. You can't do that. The screen's going to have some problems. You got to use the most expensive projector they can get their hands on because that's what's doing the work. That's why I disapprove of people who use expensive projectors in their demonstrations. All right. We did our white already. Let's go with the sky blue. There we go. And one of the key things about the gamer paint is the gamer paint is designed to boost color. That's what it's engineered to do, to give you color advancement. That's why the screen pops and the colors are crazy. They're not going to stand a chance against the screen. The screen's designed to engineer to be able to produce higher and brighter color levels. Okay. So we went through all that right there. There's a little purple. We get a little purple in there. There we go. The purple right there. Okay, let's go over and pop over to, let's do the snow doggy. I just call it the snow doggy.
Our lesson today is
There, don't worry, it's right there. In case you're not close enough up, we'll get a little closer for you. There you go. Why do you think I painted 135 of this gaming screen upstairs? Oh, heck yeah. You know what this screen looks like? It's on, oh my goodness. There's no way to explain it. It's a gorgeous screen. So no, you don't have to spend money for a $3,000 or $4,000 projector. Not even $1,600 for a projector. You don't have to be trapped in a dark environment. Don't have to calibrate your projector at all. Not needed. And my projector is still sitting in the factory settings from the day I first bought it, unpacked it, threw it up against this screen over here. Not this screen, but the other one I used to have. Paint and play. Simple. Paint and play. That's it. This is how we save you thousands of dollars, because we can back it up. A nice snuggy dog right there. Now usually I like to pre-record these because we get more clarity, but this has to be done live. All right, let's go over to the New York City skyscraper. The black scenery. Neither one of them can pull contrast. Not even the gunmetal next to our technology. So my projector behind me has a 22,000 to 1 contrast ratio. I told you, it doesn't make a difference if your projector has a 10,000 or 20,000 or 50,000, wherever it may be. If your screen can't see contrast, it can't see contrast. You can't pick it up. And contrast is everything. If you look at the applications they have today that they're displaying, they're all involve contrast. Everybody wants that deep black screen. That's what they want. They want them deep dark contrast levels. The heavier the contrast levels, the higher the color pop. I think everybody wants OLED technology, but they don't want to spend the money for OLED technology. OLED technology is expensive.
What your skin craves.
Do our second color swap out. This is a slow swap out. So this is going to put colors back and forth across the screen. So you can see exactly why we don't calibrate projectors over here. Why it's not necessary. Oakley dokley. Let's go to Starfield screensaver. Now, automatically know that the gray screen.
Skills that might help.
Here she goes. She's having her moment today. Let's go over and do this manually. Oh, wait, before we go over there, let me go check this one out first. Well, like I said, not saying in any way that their technology doesn't work. It does work. And if you're putting it against a white screen, yes, these screens are easily going to be to outperform a white screen. Easily. Next to our technology, it's not going to happen. We can outperform their screens. How high is my volume? Cracking noise in the background. And a customer was going out to do a backyard setup. You can spend all this money for a projector. Like, why are you spending all this money? It's pointless. Projector I'm using over here has plenty of power. You know how powerful these projectors are lumen-wise? This is a 3800 lumen projector. SVGA, I want to say about VIEWSONIC. ViewSonic's interesting. I love their company because they're very interesting. It's an SVGA, 600 by 800, 720p, but it has a 235.1 anamorphic lens. This projector can switch from 16:9 to 235.1. Also, it has a 22,000 to 1 contrast ratio, and it's 3,800 lumens. Isn't that interesting? And it would cost you $300 brand new if you bought it off of eBay. I mean, sorry, Amazon. And on eBay, I saw a few of them going for around 250 bucks. Lord blessed me because I wanted to go buy a projector. I found one for 150 bucks. I bought it, got it here, did the unboxing. It was brand new. Guy showed me a brand new projector for 150 bucks. Everything. That's why I said when you do these demonstrations, you have to be to show everything. I showed you the white levels. We showed you color, which you have to see. And then I'm going to show you contrast, which is very important. And this is what you should be seeing when you watch demonstrations. When they're showing a display of just one color, and companies do it too. They'll show a display of one color. They won't break it down. They'll just show you a same demo being played over and over and over again on the screen. And that's how they do it. I don't do it that way because how do you know how contrast is going to pull up or how the colors are going to display? They're just showing just one intro on that demonstration. Now you need to see the whole thing. Let's go over and see if we can find the Starfield demonstration. See if we bring up outer space screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Okay, she found that right there. Anything else she fights me on. So there we are. We're going to do a blue Starfield first. Then we're going to go darker. All right. This is why when you see me do a contrast demonstration like this in a fluid environment on a big screen, the reason why we do this on big screens is because when someone does it on a very small screen, like about that big, a very small screen, the screen's not really getting hit with a lot of ambient light. A lot of people don't look at that. When you're doing a small little square screen like this, your screen's not taking in much ambient light. Now, the bigger the screen, the more ambient light it's going to take in. If you look at, this is, like I said, this is a 50-inch. Some of y'all have TVs that big. 148. So much light the screen can take. It's going to absorb more light. And on top of that, pixels aren't pushed together so tightly. It has to expand. Now it has to really expand on the projector below. This one right here is more impressive on the Signature, and I'll tell you why. Because on the Signature, that projector I'm using is only designed to do 80 to 100 inches, and that's it. That's all you're designed to do. We're going way beyond the factory requirements when we do those demonstrations. All right, let's get our Starfield demonstration. And this is something we've always requested, and the reason why we request this is a very hard demonstration to do. You got two colors popping off at the screen. You got white and you got black. We all know what outer space looks like. It's dark. If your screen does not have the capability to pull it, you will not see it. Like I said, 22,000 to 1 contrast projector, you can't see it. This is why if I'm going to show you a demonstration and say, hey, look, I'm going to save you thousands of dollars, I got to be to back it up. Got to be to use a low-end projector in the demonstration, which everybody can afford. I'm pretty sure everybody can afford that thing behind me. Or you can do much better than what I have right here. And I have to be able to show you against certified high-end screens. Not only that, I have to show you contrast levels, white levels, and color. So you can see the difference. If they're skipping these, then there's a problem there. Oh, let me show you something real quick too. Let's back up and let's show you how far my projector is sitting back from the screen. Yeah, a lot of people, when they look at my setup, they think, well, that's a 50-inch screen. It's still a big screen, but it's a 50-inch screen. Your projector literally has to be sitting on top of the screen. No, it doesn't. From here to here, my living room, from here, right near the edge, we're around 14 feet back. That's how far my projector sits. My projector, this is my main projector, mind you. And here, it sits 18 feet back. So that's how far my projector sits back from the screen. That's why when people see the screen, it's like, well, that's a, this is an official 50-inch screen. Let's go with LG Beta Fish. Where are we at in time here? Not too bad, but I want to be a little shorter than that. Well, we'll get it. I'll get it. I didn't want to be too long of a video. It's kind of hard to fit everything in there to show you exactly what you need to see, but we're going to keep it short. I'm at 45.40, well, 45. We're almost done. For those who want to know what this screen is, this is a gamer paint. It's that advanced ambient light projection, extreme fusion color, Gaming Nova 17. That's what this technology is. I'll put the model number of the projector we're using and the screen paint we use in the demonstration, plus the different forms of sample sheets that we use with their gain capability. So if you don't believe we're saving you thousands of dollars, go look up the screens and see how much they really cost. And prepare for the sticker shock. And then you go back to our website and see our product costs $224. Yeah, we just saved you thousands of dollars, literally. On top of that, with the projector I'm using in the demonstration, and this being my main projector because it's not a projector I'm pulling out for the demonstration and put it away and then go back to my high power projector. No, this actually is my projector. So a lot of people got to think about that. When people are showing you demonstrations and they're pulling out a low end projector saying, look, yeah, but if you have so much faith in your product, how come that's not your main projector? Because if your screen is that good, you shouldn't have to rely on a high powered projector. You should be able to use that with no problem. Don't pull that out every time you want to show off a demonstration. Matter of fact, I got to buy 2 of these because that is my main projector and I need another one for demonstrations. I know, I don't put this to the side and take the Chrissy. This is a Chrissy 4300 lumen, sorry, 4300 LU-W420 projector, full 1080p. I don't do a demonstration here and then put this back upstairs and then take that projector and put it over there and say, okay. No, this is my main projector. That's what I use every day. I have downgraded my projectors all the way to an SVGA. And it's not because people are saying, well, you don't have the money. I got multiple 1080p high-end projectors. We've got Sonys and Chrissy's all through the house. I got a whole rack full of them. I don't use them. We only use them basically if I'm doing some kind of video mapping application, but other than that, for my main projectors, I don't use them. If you notice it, I got like 6 or 7 1080p, 43, 5200 lumen projectors, Sonys, Chrissy's. Yeah, I got them all upstairs on the rack. What projectors am I using downstairs? 720p, 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 720p. Yeah, we don't need them. Not necessary. LG snowboarding demonstration. Now while this is playing, I'm going to put away some of this stuff. Fast updates. We will have our new phone number in today. Text coming over to the house today to installing our new number for our company. We're gonna ask, we already paid for some extra perks to make sure we don't have that problem with the you-know-who playing on the phone. Yeah, We put some extra perks in there. We can continue to do business as usual without having people that don't know how to carry themselves as adults. Grown men and women playing on the phone. It's sad, but it's true. But anyway, that problem's been resolved. Yep. So we had to wait a while they set something up for us for security purposes, and text going to be down today, and finally we'll have a number back on our website. There it's showing you the white levels. Now, for those of you've been asking about our ship out, we don't ship out. I gotta update it too. I forgot. I gotta go to the website and update it. We don't ship out every Saturday anymore. That's why you haven't seen any shipping recordings or none of that. The reason why we don't, because we ship out every day now. Which makes it a lot easier on me. But yet we ship out every day now. Okay, let's go back and let's get sorry about that for a minute. White screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Make sure we cover everything. Just want to make sure we cover everything. What are we at? 51. Okay, we got enough time in there. I don't want to run this into 60. So we got enough time to get the white screen, so a few more white screen savers in there. And we got enough, we did the contrast levels, which is good. We did the color patterns, we did color. We need to do some color blends and see how it blends in with the screen. So we need to do that one next. Okay, so this is just in the white levels here. That's what we're doing, just going down, getting everything we need to get done for you guys. Because these are very important. Like I said, I don't want the demonstrations to run into a long time, you know, but there's so much you have to show somebody in a demonstration. You just can't show them this and boof, run a video through and be done. No, you should be seeing a lot more than that. And I told you the narrow viewing cone effect. Yeah, it's unfortunately it does happen. That's why I said that, you know, screens, it's a give and take. You know what I mean? They'll sacrifice one thing for another thing. No one's going to have the perfect screen. A person who's painting the picture, so to speak, that they have the perfect screen, that they have the ability to be able to produce perfect white levels and perfect contrast levels and perfect colors and all that, they lie. That's virtually impossible. It's a give and take. We may develop dark technology. We automatically know by developing darker screens, we're going to lose some of those white levels. But we're going to gain better contrast, we're going to gain better color pop. The ambient light projection technology we develop is going to function better. But we have to make sure that the white levels aren't so low that the person can't see the screen. We have to maintain a certain level. But someone who paints that picture that they're doing all this, that's virtually impossible. And that's why I said those are not honest demonstrations. And let's get a nice color blend in there.
No laundry, no errands, no chores. Nothing but snuggle time.
And cannonball time.
When you're ready, we'll be here. To new memories, Hilton.
I'll bring it up a little closer to the screen. There you go. I hope this came out okay. You know, like I said, Wi-Fi, you never know. Battery's going low. So we got enough time before my battery dies. So I really don't feel like going upstairs and grabbing a charger right now. We're rounding off near the end of the video anyway. And then later on, I'll come on today. It's going to be a pre-record because I need you to see some things. So like I said, fixed frame screens are very interesting screens. They are. And like I said, all of them are built the same. They're not. And these are things you need to watch out for. And proper terms for what you get inside the box would be your L brackets. Those ones connect, and something called tension rods. That's what they slide in between the material and those little sleeves that allows the screen to be able to expand. In two ways they can do it. They can do it with hooks, or they can do it with pegs, or springs and pegs. And it's the springs. I like doing the pegs better, because with the springs, oh man, you can have some springs that are not cut right, and they can become little nightmares. So a lot of stuff you gotta look for. I like building silver tickets, but there's an experience I had with them that basically I will never do a 235.1 with them ever again. And that was like, it was painstaking, but I'll explain the whole entire thing in the next video. And like I said before, when you see these screens, you have to measure, the outside of the screen is the actual measurement. There's no such thing as a 97-inch screen. It doesn't exist. It's a 92, because I have one downstairs in the basement. So it's a 92-inch, and the 92-inch becomes a 97 if you measure the whole screen, because the border itself is an extra 2. And that's what you measure the whole screen, it becomes 97. But you have to measure within the screen, and you have to measure horizontally in order to get the size that you're trying to get from the screen. There you go. It's not really that hard, and you don't need instructions to put it together. It's self-explanatory. Taking it apart and just looking at it, you can tell it's just self-explanatory. Very easy to put together. And I'll show you the difference between those and the edgeless. The edgeless are put together much differently. Same scenario, just a little different. Okay, people. We'll do this one right here, and we should be topping off. While you guys are watching that, I'm gonna put my equipment up. Yep, some more tea. Tea got cold. Well, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to come out and watch the video. I really appreciate it. Also, too, of course, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing me with the knowledge to be to do this every day. And the health. Much for the health. Thank you. Like I said, these companies right here, they work perfectly fine. Against a white screen, they're going to show advancements. Yeah, it's just like I said that we've already tested against white screens, and in order to see exactly where my screen paint stands, I have to test them against more superior screens. So that just shows you the difference of our technology. When we do a certified screen test, it's not to show that our screen is better. It's basically to show that how our screen stacks up against the bigger, more high-end, more powerful screens on the market. That's why I said when it comes to other products, and you know, we're talking about, we don't get any clout from that. We don't get any hype from that. You know, we just basically do that for people to keep them in their place and mind your own business and leave us be and let us work on what we need to work on over here. That's what that's for. But our credibility comes from these screens because I got customers, like I said, that can spend $20, $30, $40,000 easily for a setup. But when I can come in here and say, hey, look, this is our gamer paint right here. This is how we compare to one of these screens right here. You know, they save a lot of money. Not to take business away from these companies, which I don't think it's going to hurt them at all. They're making millions of dollars, but it just shows them that you don't have to spend $6,000, $5,000, not even $800 for a screen when we have technology that can either match it or overpower it. And you don't have to use an expensive projector to do it. Or a dark environment. Okay, well, I'm going to cut it short here. We're on the 1 minute. Thank you for taking the time to come in and watch. The gamer paint is available with free worldwide shipping. We do ship this anywhere in the world, and it does come with free LED lights, about 16 feet of LED lights. That's basically about it. But thank you for your time. Sorry about the coughing. I do apologize. Thank you for your time. I have to go, and God bless.